Now assume that we have a bag, and again one more question on total probability. Assume that we have a bag, and in this bag we are having 1, 2, 3, 4 fair coins. All these 4 coins are fair. What do you mean by fair? Probability of getting a head or the probability of getting a tail when I flip a fair coin is going to be 1 by 2. That is what is called fair coin. And 3, 1, 2, 3 unfair coins. In this unfair coin, let us say probability of getting a head is equal to 1 by 3 and probability of getting a tail is equal to 2 by 3. You can understand why it is called unfair coin, because probability of getting a head is lesser compared to probability of getting a tail. Got it? So that is why they are unfair coins. Now in all these 3 unfair coins, this is the probability of getting a head and tail, and in all these fair coins, the probability of getting head and tail are same, which means probability of getting a head equal to 1 by 2 and probability of getting a tail equal to 1 by 2. This is given. Now in this situation, what we do is we take a coin, we pull it out and then we flip it. Then what is the probability that we get a head? Got it? Are you getting this? In this we are going to perform 2 experiments, or in this experiment we are going to do 2 things. First, we are going to choose a coin at random and we are going to flip it, and then we are going to we want to find whether it is a head or tail, or what we want is what is the probability of head. Got it? Again a total probability question. So whether to understand, in order to understand such question, you have to understand that probability of getting a head will actually depend on what is the event that has happened first. Did you choose fair coin or did you choose unfair coin? In case if both are possible, then you have to find out what is the probability of getting a head given that you have chosen fair coin, plus what is the probability of getting a head given that you have chosen a unfair coin. That is how you should solve it, right? If you can understand it, it is okay. Otherwise, let's see the sample space. See, I am going slowly, but in exam you can do it fast. Don't think that these questions are difficult. They are very easy given that you understand these concepts. That is why I am going slowly. Now there are 2 events. First thing is you have to pick a coin randomly. Now when you pick a coin, it can be either fair or unfair, isn't it? Now it can be fair coin, and when you flip it, you can get a head, or it can be fair coin when you pick the coin, and when you flip it, you might get a tail. Similarly, when you take the coin, it can be unfair coin, but when you flip it, it can be a head. Similarly, when you take the coin, it can be unfair coin when you initially choose it, and when you flip it, you might get a tail. Now what is that they want is what is the probability of getting a head, which means these 2 events will be included. That is what we wanted. Now we can go into total probability theorem and we can try to apply it. How? Depending on what happens in the, when we pick the coin, we can divide the sample space into 2 parts. When you pick the coin, the sample space, the coin could be either fair or unfair. Are you getting this? When you have flipped the coin could be fair, these 2 cases, or it could be unfair, these 2 cases. Therefore now the sample space is divided into 2 mutually exclusive events, and our required event is actually spread across these 2 events. Alright, so now you can apply so this is the fair and this is unfair, and this is probability of getting a head. Now you can apply total probability theorem. What is it? Probability of getting a head is equal to probability of getting a fair coin in the beginning and probability of getting a head when I flip it, plus probability of getting an unfair coin in the beginning and probability of getting a head when I flip it. Now how can I expand it? Are they dependent or independent? See this, the probability of getting a head actually depends on what type of coin it is. Therefore the initial event actually determines the probability of the next event, so they are definitely dependent. So when you are trying to expand this intersection, you have to apply the conditional probability formula. that is equal to probability of getting a fair coin, right, into probability of getting a head given that the coin is fair, plus probability of getting an unfair coin into probability of getting a head given that the coin is unfair. Now what are the probabilities? What is the probability of getting a fair coin? Out of these 7 coins total, 4 coins are fair, therefore 4 by 7 is the total probability of getting a fair coin. Now what is the probability of getting a head given that it is a fair coin? We know that since it is a fair coin, probability of getting a head is equal to probability of getting a tail is equal to 1 by 2. Got it? Plus probability of getting a unfair coin. In this, out of these 7 coins, 3 are unfair, which means 3 by 7 is the probability of getting an unfair coin into probability of getting a head given that you have chosen an unfair coin. Now since you have chosen unfair coin, probability of getting a head is equal to 1 by 3. Alright, so this is the probability of getting a head. Okay, now let's say I want to extend this question a bit. What is the probability of getting 2 heads? Which means instead of choosing one coin, let me say I have chosen 2 coins, then what is the probability of getting 2 heads? So understand the question. Instead of choosing one coin from this, let us say I want to pick 2 coins, right? Once I pick 2 coins and I want to flip these 2 coins, what is the probability that I get both the coins as heads, right? So how can I do that? Just see, probability of getting 2 heads. Okay, let me do it in the next video. Fine.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So, first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and IITs, universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%. But all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities. But whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.